For joining us at Impact Your Business, Impact Your Life. Throughout these videos, we are going to be interviewing successful business owners, real estate professionals, and all around amazing people. We're excited that you are joining us. Please take a look, please like, please subscribe, and we look forward to bringing you some great content. Just amazing marketing, branding, and today we're going to talk about that communication and how you do branding and communication at a high level to succeed in life and also business. So excited to get going. Samina, I'm going to share my screen because I know we have a presentation and kind of, let's start from the beginning. Let us know a little bit about yourself and we can kind of roll from there.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to come and present for the EV Waters team. I mean, this is an honor for sure for me. I have been in business for about 20 years now, and I'm originally my mom's side of the family is from India, my dad's side of the family from Bangladesh. So I basically, and Bangladesh before 1971 was East Pakistan, for those of you who don't know. So I grew up learning 3 languages, actually 4 languages, because I went to a British school. So I grew up learning Urdu, Hindi, Bengali, and English. Those 4 languages just comes naturally to me. When I got to college, I'm from a Muslim family, and I wanted to learn Arabic so that I could see what I could read. What I was reading in Arabic in the Quran, I wanted to understand that. So I learned Arabic. Language, I think it runs in the family for me. My daughter and my dad, they both speak fluent Japanese. So we just have this tendency to pick up languages, I guess. But as you can see, there are 12,000 agents in Maryland, and I am the top 4%. And in fact, Josh, I just got this blue logo last week saying 2023. So I kept my position as top 4% in Maryland.
Awesome.
There's a company called Fusion, and they actually took a list. There's apparently 2 million realtors in the US. Apparently, they told me that apparently I ranked like 991 out of which is pretty amazing. I'm like, really? How? I'm not sure. So next slide, I guess. So yeah, there's my path. I got married while in college here. I married, my husband is a physician, and he's actually an infectious disease specialist. And we actually had an arranged marriage, and very happy. And we've been married for 31 years now, and we have 2 beautiful children.
Awesome.
These are some of my accolades, and this Forbes magazine was last year, January, just about a year ago.
And how did that come about, Samina?
So I'll explain that to you when I do the presentation later, but I'll show you step by step how I got each one I leveraged after another, basically.
Wow.
I'll show you guys how I got to that point. Next one, let's see.
Right. And then this is here where we dive in. So kind of before we dive into this, I know we mentioned the communication side of things. So before we kick off, what is high-level communication? What does that mean to you, whether it's life or business? What is high-level communication?
You have seen my TED Talk, Josh, and coming from a different culture and diving into like USA, we are in this melting pot of different cultures. And for me, the high level communication should be that have an open mind, learn and try to learn from one another, where the first principle of communication that I talked about in my TED Talk, that differences don't have to divide us, they can unite us. And by that, I mean is that, Josh, you come from a different culture, I come from a different culture, but I want to learn about your culture and what makes you different. So I said that, every culture has their good and bad. And if we take the best of all cultures and try to make it your own, that is also one type of high level communication, in my opinion, that, trying to appreciate where someone is coming from and trying to tell them that, hey, welcome. I welcome not only you, but also your culture. And I want to learn what is important to you in your culture, in your heritage. Because when people ask me that what makes me unique amongst all these thousands of realtors, I say that I take your culture and your heritage and I fit it into today's American home. And which, in my opinion, is huge, because I'm an immigrant. I'm a first generation immigrant. We are all who have come from different cultures, left our roots and came to this country with this thinking that we've left our culture and heritage behind, which doesn't have to be the case. It doesn't have to be that case. Josh, did I lose you? You can also go to my website, saminasells.com, and you can see my TED Talk there.
Awesome, thank you.
In saminasells.com, you can go there and you click on Samina Speaks, and my TED Talk is right there.
I think I'm back with you guys.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Man.
So what I was going to say that, I'm a first generation immigrant, and I looked at, like, what were my challenges when I first came into country, because that's where I should be putting my my clients in those shoes, that I wanted to tell them that I have experienced this and how I found my American dream. And now I'm going to help them find theirs, because they've come to this country with a big dream that they want to make it big in this country. This is a country of opportunities. This is a country of immigrants, and we are in this melting pot, and we should appreciate each other's cultures and try to help them not sacrifice what they have left behind, but bring that to this country and grow with their own unique self.
And Samina, was that easy for you? Has that always been easy, or did you learn it? Was it just ingrained in you from your family? Like, how did that come about? Because that's not an easy thing to do, I don't imagine.
No, and my dad helped. He made us travel all over the world. We actually, traveled. I think I traveled more before I got married than after I got married, basically. But we learned about different cultures. And honestly speaking, it was a big shock for me when I first came to college here in the US and I was living in a dorm. I never thought I would have a cultural shock. From all the travels I did, I still had a cultural shock, which was pretty shocking to me, in my opinion, because you have this certain idea about this is how America is. When you come from a different country, they have a very different picture. Nobody knows that. They think, oh, everybody in the US has a car. Everybody in the US has a TV in their house, which is not common in other countries, let me tell you. But then again, why do they have a car? Do they know that they work 7 days a week, most of them, what they are doing? So the hard working part, nobody really sees.
Mhm.
But that hard work, and there's no ceiling, you can work hard and really get the benefit of what you dreamt of and earn that opportunity is huge. And
Yeah.
for me to help them get one step in the process, put their root here that they took out of their own country and put it here, and not sacrifice the culture and heritage they grew up in, I think that is huge.
Yeah.
Because I was not ready to give that up.
Mhm.
I came from a culture and heritage that I'm really proud of, and I still teach my children that you belong to this culture and the American culture. Take the best of both and make it your own.
Love that. Love that. Okay, well, let's dive into some of our marketing and how we use that in just branding and, like I said, and that communication side of things. And you just kind of let me know, and we might stop with a few questions, but let's go.
With communication, I encourage all of you to see the TED Talk, because my other thing was, I'll go brief on the 3 principles. One was differences in cultures don't have to divide us, they can unite us. Grow your curiosity, learn about other cultures, see what is important to your client. If they're coming from a different culture, what is important to them? And if you try to instill those important factors into your home showing process, and like, I know this is important for you, like I'll give you an example. Vastu is a word in India. We call it in English feng shui. Okay. I learned Vastu. I had to learn Vastu for the South Indian community, because that is very important to them. Believe it or not, I carry a compass when I'm showing houses to them. If the house is not facing north, northeast, or east, or northwest, they're not buying that house. Interestingly, feng shui is the opposite. South, southeast, southwest, or though it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Vastu is the opposite of feng shui. And the funny part is, Josh, there's a community here. There's a row of townhouses, 2 rows of townhouses facing each other. One faces north, one faces south. All the north-facing houses, the majority are Indian community. All the south-facing houses, the majority are from the Oriental community.
Oh, that's awesome. To be able to plan that well.
So now what I've seen is the builders who cater to the community I do the niche marketing in, they have started calling me. They're like, Samina, can you educate us? What is important to them? When we talk to them, we want to point out what favors their Vastu easily in the houses that we are building in the community.
Oh, that is awesome.
So understand the culture, know what is important to them. Differences should not divide us. Second thing is reading something line by line and reading in between the lines equals greater understanding. And sometimes, and the third one is what people say is not always what people mean.
Can you dive a little bit deeper on that, Samina?
The story I shared in my TED Talk, that I had this client who was moving from LA to Baltimore City for a new job, and she said, my work is going to be in the city, and I want to be close to my work, so help me find a place in the city so I can get to work. That was her notion, that I need to be close to work, because she's in a job where sometimes she needs to go for emergency, she needs to go right away. So, but at the same time, she said it's a very stressful job, which I can understand. And when I get home, I want that quiet time. I want to unwind. I want a nice, quiet weekend, just so that I can unwind and get ready for the week. I said, perfect. Okay. then I told her that here's what I'm going to do. You're telling me something that I'm hearing, and I'm understanding all your needs, and I'm going to strategize this, and you tell me how you feel about this. And I said, the first day I'm going to take you to show you houses in the city, because that's exactly what you're telling me you want. She's like, that's correct. I said, then you are also telling me that you want some peace and quiet. I'm going to take you to some certain neighborhoods that's right outside the city that you may want to tap into and see. That will be day 2. Day 3, we'll visit your favorite houses from day 1, and day 2, we'll revisit them on day 3 so that you can pick. Does that sound like a good plan? And she said, yes, perfect. She picked a house outside the city, because when we timed it, the city traffic and the house she picked was 5 minutes difference. But she understood that I understood her needs of that quietness she really needed. I understood that need, even though she was not stressing on that.
Yeah. And was that intentional as well, the way you timed it, knowing the rush hour traffic and everything as well?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
And then every time I showed her a house in the city, I pointed out, look, there's a pub there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, what a coincidence. A fire truck just went by. You know what that means? You hear that all night long. This is the city.
I love that. That's
and
awesome.
I showed her a neighborhood where she can walk to grocery. It's within the neighborhood. She can do her nice walk. There's a golf course. There's a tennis court. There's a swimming pool. She has all that. And then she's still 15 minutes to work.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. I'm sure she's happy.
Very happy. In fact, on the 31st, she got a condo. And on the 31st, she's getting a second unit condo as an investment property. And she wants her mom to stay in that condo.
Oh, awesome.
Rents it out. She's like, I love it. I'm not moving from this building.
Love it. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that story, Samina. Okay, so can you see this? Can you see the screen, your presentation here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So what's going to be the most important? What do you want to touch on first, Samina?
Okay, so this is the traditional marketing. You know, we do the traditional just listed, just sold, brochures, flyers. We send all this to our database or, you know, farming area. This is your traditional marketing that we do. So next slide. So marketing for tomorrow's world. Okay. I'll start with press because that's what you asked, that how did I get the Forbes? So what I did was I first created what is called a press kit. Now, what is a press kit? Let me just tell you. It's basically a bio, a brief bio of who I am, how long I've been in business and all that. And then all my accolades and my contact information. And with every press or article or podcast I've been in, I add it to my press kit, and it's a digital version and a printed version I keep, okay? I made that press kit first, then I gathered a list of 30 different, I would say, newspaper journalists or magazine or podcast people. All these people, Josh, you could tap into all of them through LinkedIn. We have a beautiful tool called LinkedIn. You type it in, you get all those people there, you know? And what I did was through LinkedIn, I have emailed them my press kit, and I do that continuous basis. They reach out to me, they said that, okay, if we have something, we'll let you know. If we have something that, so lo and behold, I kept doing it for 7-8 months with nothing, maybe a few podcasts I got through friends who recommended that they should interview me. I got that. But then lo and behold, in October of 2021, I got a call from this.
Uh-oh, it's Samina freeze. I can see people moving, so I think Samina froze. Man, these Wi-Fi's today. Let's see. Hang on. I'm sure she'll jump back in. I hope she jumps back in because it was getting good. I want to know who reached out.
So,
Oh, hey, Samina, you cut out real quick. You said you, after about 7 or 8 months, you got contacted and then it cut out. So who contacted you?
okay. So this was a journalist who is from USA Today magazine.
Gotcha.
And he said that I want to interview you. Looks like you're doing pretty good. And you know what he told me? He said, I use the right hashtags that he's been following me.
Oh my gosh.
So people, hashtags are very important. People follow you around. And he said that, somebody from a different culture doing very well. And I've been following you for the last 3 months and I want to interview you. So he comes, USA Today magazine, he interviewed me. After the interview, he's like, this is really good. But I have to tell you, after hearing what you have to say, I don't think I want to put you for USA Today magazine as I've planned. I'm like, oh. He's like, I think you're better than that. How about Forbes?
Not bad.
So that was my Forbes.com article. He put me in Forbes. Now, what did I do? I took the Forbes and all those people that I've been emailing, I'm like, hey, remember me? Here's my press kit. And by the way, I've been in Forbes. Do you think I still qualify for your magazine?
Oh, I love it. I bet you got a lot more calls back this time, huh?
Yeah. So that got me second month. That Forbes was January. February was Baltimore Real Producers cover story with 6 pages inside. Then that was, after that, March, I was called to Dubai to speak. And then April, I was called to Vegas to speak. Wow. In a panel. And then May, I was in this top 100 magazine that you see. And then I think it was June, July, I was in Silicon Review magazine. And then August, I got approached for the TED Talk, which I shot. Actually, TED Talk was earlier in the year, maybe like February, but I was working on the TED Talk. August, I shot it. And then November, it came out. September, I was in the New York Weekly magazine. And then October, November, I was in Bloomberg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then December last year, the people who took me to go speak in Dubai and Vegas, they called me back and they said that, we got feedback from both conferences, and you came out to be the most influential speaker in both conferences.
Wow.
And in the Dubai conference, they had given me an award for Outstanding Leadership Award from Dubai.
Yep.
In December, Dubai gave me the most influential person award.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So,
and that all came from you just starting on LinkedIn, reaching out to people with your press kit.
My next article coming out in Women's Weekly. And then after that, I've also been approached by Baltimore Sun. So I'm going local, international, whatever I just get to me. Happy to see.
And are you still doing the press kits? Are you still sending those out?
Yeah. Continuously.
Love that.
And now I have also linked with, just search in LinkedIn, podcast host. Find all your podcast hosts. Make them your friend, journalists. Make them your friend.
Yeah. Like that.
LinkedIn is an amazing tool.
Yeah, definitely not utilized enough, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, for most of you don't know, but Ryan Serhant, he's a star of the show $1 Million Listing New York, and currently holding the most expensive listing in the US for $250 million penthouse. He's my coach for my marketing and creativity and marketing and branding. He's my coach. And he basically told me that, keep doing the press. And his LinkedIn person, so when I go for masterminds with him, twice a year I go, and once a year I have a 1-to-1 1-hour meeting with him on how he wants me to plan my year. And he told me, meet with all my, like my website. It was interesting. The first mastermind I went, and there were 20 agents in that mastermind from all over the world. I'm not saying country, I'm saying Australia, Mexico, Dubai, US, Canada. I was with like 20 agents, and his website person said that Samina's website has all the tick marks that we had out of all 20 of it. And I was shocked. I looked at him like, seriously, really? How come? What? But it did. But since then, he's also helped me implement more stuff. Because I speak now internationally and locally, there's a button, Samina speaks, Samina sells, sell it like Samina. Like it's all these stuff that I put in my hashtags also, so people can follow me more and more, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or LinkedIn. I put those hashtags over and over again. So it just interlinks.
I'd like to take this moment to thank one of our partners, Integrity First Properties. We are a local Kansas City property management company, and we are taking on new properties right now. If you personally have some properties, or if you're a real estate professional and you have clients with investment properties and they need management resources, please reach out to us. We'd love to have a conversation and chat. Now let's get back to the episode.
Community engagement. What I did was, so the lady standing next to me, she's my cousin. So Josh, this cousin, she lives in London.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the bar at law. She's a lawyer and a barrister, basically.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Barrister who turned into a famous chef. And now she's in the Netflix show Chef's Table, season 6, Asma Khan. She's my cousin. And when she told me that she was coming to New York for some chef's event, I said, I need to leverage this and get all my foodie database into one place. And I invited about 50 people to my house.
Yep.
And both cooked like 3 dishes each. Because she said, if I'm going to do this for you, I want you to do something for me. I'm like, sure. She's like, because I grew up in Bangladesh and she grew up in India, but our families, we're connected. She's my cousin from my mom's side. She's like, all the Indian family recipes, I'll show you. You show me all the Bangladeshi family recipes.
Love it. Good trade.
I'll do it. And then I have a friend who has a catering kitchen. We cooked there. My friend's staff helped us with everything. We got the food to my house and we had this event. I got 40 books, her new cookbook from Amazon. I ordered in advance and she signed it for my whole database.
Oh, what an amazing event.
So you got to be creative and have fun. This was a fun event. It was a fun event. I do food drives. So I'm Muslim. So Howard County, that's where I live. Howard County Muslim Council does food drives. And I said, look, I'll help you. I want to be your volunteer. So we do the food drive every year and gives me something for my social media that I give back to the community. Go to your local church or like for me, it's the mosque, and go to your mosque and say that, hey, you guys are constantly trying to raise money for charity. What if I told you that I could bring you a lot of money for your charity if you help me? We should help each other. And what I said was, every client that the church or mosque sends me, I will donate 500 from my commission to that church. That is like, where would they get that from before? They wouldn't. And you feel good also that, it's a donation coming from you that you can write off at your taxes also later. And then I got a showing agent last year for Kanda. I asked Furkanda, you live in a very nice neighborhood and it's a very prominent neighborhood and you could get some good clients. How many houses in your neighborhood? She said about 300. I said, okay, how many people know you're a realtor in that neighborhood? She's like, oh, maybe a handful, maybe 4 or 5. 4 or 5? Like, seriously? So what I did was I called our title company. I said, how would you like to do an event with us? And they said, sure, what do you want us to do? I said, let's get an ice cream truck. Let's get an ice cream truck. The first weekend the kids go back to school. This was August end, before Labor Day weekend. The first weekend, the kids went back to school. That Saturday, we had the ice cream truck right in front of Furkanda's house. So that people know that this is a realtor, lives in this house.
No.
So now Furkanda has tapped into the HOA. She knows everybody in the community. And through the HOA, she's sending her newsletters. We ended up having about 60 people. And later we did a second event. We had 8 people join our newsletter, monthly newsletter. They get monthly newsletters every month now. And one of the portions of her newsletter is she's giving real-time value for all the houses in her neighborhood. People love to see that.
Yep. Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then workout classes, you go to your gym, talk to the people there, anything they want, happy hours, now this year, what we are doing is we are doing one webinar and one seminar every month. And I have taken 2 lenders, and this is for first-time home buyer seminars. Okay. First-time home buyer seminars, we're doing that every month. One-time webinar, one-time seminar. Not only that, I also tapped into, now keep in mind, I cater to the international market. That's my niche marketing. What I did was, now this B2B business relationship, what I did was I found an international tax attorney. Okay. Now this international tax attorney, a lot of people in my community, they are so busy with their work and weekends with the family and everything, they forget that you need something. I have an international tax attorney that comes and talks about basically what are the forms you need to fill out if you have inheritance property back home or accounts back home, because if you don't report that to the IRS, and if IRS finds out, you know how much the penalty is? $10,000 a month from the time you started inheriting the property.
That's some good things to know.
Do you know how much value that I bring to the community? Then they're like, okay, she's our community advocate. She's bringing an international tax attorney to come and talk. People are calling me that live here. Like literally yesterday, I had a client call me from Bangladesh saying, Samina, February 2nd is that international tax attorney's webinar. Can you send me the link? Where do I log in? My wife said that you're having that again. I really need to meet him. He's calling me from Bangladesh. He's gone for some property work there. So he doesn't want to miss it. He's going to log in from there. Then comes like for those who are here and local people, young families that we cater to. I don't know about in Kansas, but let me tell you, in Maryland, if something happened to me and my husband, if I have a child under the age of 18, all our properties are taken away by the state, and until for at least few years it takes for the state to decide where our children, who will take care of our children. If we have not specified it, they go into foster homes. Like that is serious. People didn't do this. we forget that, life does not come with guarantees.
Mhm.
And if you don't have that, then, and for me to tell them that, look, you have a property now. Secure your investment, please. Make sure your children are taken care of, your investment that I'm helping you buy, and I want to help you buy more tomorrow. Make sure they're secured.
And I suppose it must be hard to do that, or it took time to get to that point, because when you're talking about their investment, their family, their kids, you must have had to really build that tight relationship at a high level.
And like to the level where I do call them. So Josh, my CRM tells me all a list. When I open my CRM and I'm doing my calls, it tells me who are the people I haven't touched in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
We start with those. Okay. We start with people I haven't touched in 6. I call them and I check with them. I mean, I'll give you an example. You got to touch their heart. Somehow or other, you got to show them that you care. And that focus has to be there when you're making that call. That what I'm going to make a call and I'm going to listen to what they're going to say. And I'm going to focus on what their needs are. And I'm going to do something for them. If you call with that intention in mind, you will show care. And this is care, not because I'm trying to get something for them. Give without expecting something in return. It will come back to you.
Yep.
In tenfold. That's my opinion. I had a client, I called once and she said that, Samina, we're 3 sisters and my youngest sister just got diagnosed with breast cancer. And we're very worried. And now all 3 sisters, we are getting tested and everything. Of course, the youngest one is, but my other 2 sisters, we are getting tested because we've never dealt with cancer before. And while she was talking, I went into Amazon and I'm like, how to deal with cancer in the family. I got 2 books and I sent it to her. She called me in tears. She said, I went to get my mail today and I found the book and my neighbor was standing right next to me getting the mail with me. And I opened it and I started crying. I said, this is what my realtor does for me.
Wow.
This is what she does.
Tingles.
So be intentional in this fact that I want to care for these people. What can I do? Listen, let them speak, listen to what their needs are, what they're saying in between the lines, what they're saying and what they're not meaning. Understand all those things in the high level communication and show them the care they need that nobody else is listening to.
Love that. Love that. Right. Public speaking. I know you touched on it a little bit, but let's dive in on it.
Yeah, I mean, this helps me grow my network. And I'll give you an example. So the picture before, that guy, he was with this one. Yeah. So that's Farouk Saeed. He's with Springfield Properties in Dubai. So when I went to Dubai, before going to Dubai, I did some research and I found the Ryan Serhant of Dubai.
Ah. Love that.
That's it. He's big in Dubai. I love his YouTube videos. And I met with him for an hour. We did a quick video on what are the investment opportunities in Dubai. And he told me about all those things. And people, you have a client who wants to invest in Dubai, tell them it's tax-free, no property taxes, okay? And what's interesting, he told me was, like, say somebody wants to buy a property that's going to be built and it'll be a project that finishes in 4 years and it's 1.2 million, for example. Every year you could give 400 till the property is built, and then you're paid off, and then they can either sell the property for you at a profit, or they can rent it out. They can even do Airbnb, and every month they can put your rent in your account here.
Wow.
And tax-free.
That's crazy.
And I'm thinking, how do I leverage him here for my community, right? I come to Vegas, and this is like how one thing leads. When you're thinking in your mouth, you're almost manifesting these ideas, right? And the whole plane, it's 16-hour flight from Dubai to Vegas. I'm going there to speak from Dubai this December, past December. And my 16 hours, I'm thinking, how do I leverage Farooq? How do I leverage Farooq? And then I come and I'm in a fireside panel with this one guy. His name is Eric. And Eric, I'm like, okay, I need to meet Eric before the fireside so that we know what we can talk about and everything for the fireside tomorrow. I meet Eric. I'm like, Eric, what brokerage are you with? He's like, oh, I'm not a realtor. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. They put a realtor with somebody who's not a realtor but talks about real estate. How interesting. What do you do? Oh, I used to create events for Ringling Brothers. Then I started creating events for Disney on Ice. Now I create events for real estate. I try to promote Dubai properties to investors in America. I'm like, oh my gosh, you are the person I'm looking for. This is what public speaking does. It grows your network. You know a whole lot of people. And you know what's most interesting? This time when Dubai and Vegas called me to speak, they called me at a marketing conference, not a real estate conference. And after going to a marketing conference, let me just tell you, I'll go, if I had to pick marketing conference versus real estate, I'll pick marketing any day over real estate. I mean, a person in my level, now how much can I learn more about real estate? Think about it. But marketing, I met some companies that are doing marketing with AI, like amazing stuff, amazing stuff. Now I can tap into, and these are worldwide people. I can tap into them and I can tell them that, hey, show me what you got. Because the technology in, let me just tell you, I mean, America, we are very good with all the marketing and everything, but the technology in Asia and Europe is far superior, and it comes last in USA, unfortunately. But tapping into that and telling them that, you know, and you get it cheaper also. The manpower is cheaper, so the technology that they're offering you, I mean, the packages you get from them is much cheaper. It's just advantage over advantage, you know? Yeah. So growing these people, growing your network, that's what public speaking does. And it grows your confidence also. You know, people from all over the world tries to then connect with you and say that, hey, I want to do real estate with you in the US.
Yeah.
Grow your world network. I referred an agent last week in Lisbon, Portugal.
Portugal, yeah.
And 17th of February, my client is going, and her budget is 400,000. She's going to buy a second home there. So I referred 3 people to Dubai. Awesome. Now they are thinking of sending me referrals. So why tell yourself that I'm an agent in Maryland? No, I'm a global agent. And in a team where you are Lucido Global, you have to market yourself as a global agent. That I can sell a property for you or help you find a property anywhere in the world. Just tell me. I mean, I have 5 cousins in Dallas, Texas. Call them all. Anytime you need real estate, make sure you ask me. I'll assign the agent for you. They call me for everything real estate.
Absolutely.
Find your family all over the US. Then find people outside the US. Call them. Those are your sphere too. And tell them that, hey, you need real estate. I can do the research and find your top agent in that particular area. I have the resources to do that.
Love that. Love that. Anyway, pages of notes as you're talking, Samina. I appreciate it.
What's next? I think
so we have advertising next. I think that wraps it up with advertising.
Yeah. So I would end it with my video, which Serhant's production team helped me do. And actually the production team who did it for me. Josh is going to pull it up, and so you guys can see it. But this video, apparently, the director who did it, he's an Emmy award-winning director. Tyler, my brand manager, Cody, the director, and Robert, the videographer, all three of them pulled in $400 from their pocket and put in the form for Emmy award consideration. And actually this video has been considered. It's not been nominated, but it has been considered for Emmy Awards. So here it is. As a minority and first-generation immigrant, I've always been passionate about helping people from different cultures see how their heritage and lifestyle can seamlessly coexist in America. I stop at nothing to provide my clients with a better life while still maintaining the culture and community that serves as their identity. I have dedicated my career to breaking the status quo and working differently. From my client concierge to our in-house architect, my bespoke level of service to my clients is unmatched. After all, my culture prides itself on hospitality and community. It's in my nature and is non-negotiable for my clients. As the co-founder of Women for Empowerment, a nonprofit empowering underserved women globally, and a proud member of the Muslim Council in Maryland, I have been a voice of change and advocate for all. Whatever your next step in life is, I'm here to help you harness your authenticity and begin that next chapter. I found my American dream. Let's find yours.
That's incredible. So Samina, I've got to ask, so that video, using something like that, where do you use that? Where do you post that? Because I think people make videos, they love it, they post it one time, never post it again. So what are you doing with this so it's going out to the masses?
It's, I have a social media manager. She boosts it every now and then. I use it for my presentations. Every presentation I have, I use it. And I tell my clients that, if you have people who you want to refer, please share my video with them, because I'm serving my community and my community needs to know who I am. And I even try to show it, every webinar, seminar, I try to show that so that people know what I do for them and who I am. This is a nice intro to the community I serve and what my background is and who I am.
Love that. And I don't know if John, our videographer, is on the call today, but I'm going to guess he's going to get a lot of phone calls.
And then this video, if you go to saminasales.com, this is like as soon as you come down a little bit, that's the first video people see.
That's awesome. Hey, Ashton, if you're on, will you be able to just post in the chat saminasales.com as well, just for the easy link, if we haven't already? Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so Samina, so pick your brain for just a couple more minutes. So if you can, and you don't mind sharing, because I know it's not cheap to have coaches like Ryan Serhant and people like that, what are a couple of nuggets from, whether it's Bob Lucido, whether it's from Ryan, 2 or 3 kind of golden nuggets for high-level communication?
Josh, what I'm doing currently right now, and this is like kind of like maybe it'll take me a year or 2 to do, but I'm creating my own course for real estate agents. And I've been coached by Buffini, I've been coached by Serhant, I've been coached by Glover Yu, Bob Lucido, my previous broker, Pat Hyman. These are all big names that I have, learned from, and they're my mentors. And I've learned, the important stuff, the important nuggets that I took from each one of them and I've implemented in my business and created my own. I want to not only showcase that, but the chapter 1, which I feel is the most important, is think about it. How many, how many of these talks have we gone to before? We go there, we listen, but do we implement? Yeah. And here's where my course chapter 1 will be different. We have the brain, we have our conscious mind, and we have what is called our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is tapped into all the 6 senses, taste, touch, hearing, seeing, and all that. But our conscious mind also has the ability to accept an information or reject it. But our subconscious mind can only accept. It cannot reject. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that's where our habits lie. Okay? So there's a saying, you can take the horse to the water, but you cannot make the horse drink it. Yep. So here we are, the horses, going to different seminars and learning, but we are not being able to implement it. Okay? So how do we tap into our subconscious mind and do certain things that create a habit and create the vibration in our body to make us do the certain things that we're supposed to do? That's what I'm going to teach in that course. And I'll give you an example. For the last 1 month, every day, I wake up in the morning, I do my meditation, and I write 100 times. I'm going to do 10 transactions every day, every month. I'm going to do 10 transactions. So January, I listed 7 houses and I'm working with 5 buyers right now. This is January. Yep. And so people are thinking, oh, this is a shifting market. People are afraid. I'm like, don't talk to me. Yep. That's not what I want to hear. I don't listen to the news. I create my own destiny. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm telling myself, you can do 10 transactions every month. Come on, let's go. And I'm writing this 100 times daily, 100 times daily.
Incredible. See, I didn't know that last time we spoke.
That is a way that you tell your subconscious mind, the Samina will sell 10 transactions, do transactions every month. You're doing that daily 100 times. You're telling your subconscious brain that. And watch what happens. And you get results within 10 days. You start seeing things that happen like, wow, where did that client come from? And it like literally drops from the sky, these leads.
It's kind of like your Dubai story. You was trying to find that connection and you was thinking about it and it fell in lap. Mm-hmm. 100%. I love that. Awesome. Okay. Any last words of advice, final thoughts, anything you want to share with?
I'm open to any questions anybody has. I'm open to answering them.
Anything at all? Okay, let's see here. Does anyone have anything? I know sometimes people get shy being on camera and stuff, but does anyone have anything they want to ask, share? I know I see, Leslie, Chris, those guys. If anyone has anything, please jump on, ask a question. Like I said, Samina is awesome, open book. Let's see. I'm sorry, Gloria didn't have a question about Ryan. Oh, she does have a question. Hang on, she's coming.
No, I was just getting ready to say, oh my gosh, Samina, I love listening to you. Like, I wrote it. I create my own destiny. I love how you're saying, I know there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of things we're hearing, but you're like, I'm not hearing any of that. I'm creating what I want to accomplish. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Welcome. Bob had a meeting day before yesterday, Josh, and he asked one of our agents, how do you think is the market right now? And his answer was, what market? And my answer was, it's amazing. It's started to kick in. It's great.
Yeah.
You don't believe in it. How can somebody else will? How will the universe know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then next time you meet Ryan Serhant, can I just sneak in there with you?
Claudia always geeks out when we see your photos with Ryan. She's like, "Oh my gosh, it's me with Ryan again."
Yeah, and did you see my story post? I think this was like on Tuesday. I don't know if you can see.
Oh my God.
Oh yes.
He comes to Zoom calls with us every 2 weeks, so we get that.
Thank you.
And one
for
of the things
listening.
she said earlier as well, which I know was in the TED talk, but that differences don't have to divide us; they can unite us. That's awesome. I love that, and I love that you will learn about the other people and their culture, even if maybe you don't agree with certain things. You're still willing to learn and hear them and get their side of it.
Yeah, everybody has their good and bad side, just take their good and learn, like, wow, this is incredible. I could do this to my life, take
Yeah.
all.
Love that. Anyone else have any final words, any questions, concerns, anything while we have her? We are going once. We are going twice. And I saw Edie was on, she had to jump off, but I could see her taking notes and smiling at everything. So we will, but no, we appreciate it. And guys, like I said, we're going to record this. If you do need anything, it will be on the YouTube channel, and we'll share on social media. Samina, thank you so much.
And
We
for
appreciate
those,
you.
I don't know if you know, but Jen Davis is my coach. So
Yes, yeah.
when I told her that I was talking to your team, she was so excited. She's like, oh, that's awesome.
I need to get Jen. Next time you speak to Jen, tell her I'm going to have to reach out and see if we can get her on a call as well. She's awesome.
Actually, I'm trying. Jen is going to be in Maryland in June. So I'm trying to do an event for Bob Lucido team with her.
Yeah. No, I'm going to have to reach out. And so
Are you all going to family reunion?
There'll be a couple of us, but not too many this time, but just a few.
Okay, I'll be in a panel.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Let me know which panel.
Yes, will do.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Okay. And guys, thanks for jumping on, and have a great rest of your week.
You too.